Hi guys, my name is Monica. With this MCO, what are we going to do? It's the time for us to pick up some makeup tips. I would like to share with you how to apply a light foundation with a good coverage. So now you can see I already have makeup. I'm going to show you without makeup. To get this result, the most important thing is to prep your skin. Make sure your skin has enough moisturizer. You can start with moisturizer, sunblock if you need it, and also primer if your skin needs it. Yeah. First thing, we make sure we clean our hand at all time. And second, I like to use this missing palette to pick up stuff. So this is called Nika from Nika. And I'm going to start a moisturizer by using this. And you just apply 5 dots. You may using sponge to do that, or you can use brush, but make sure your brush has been cleaned. So you can just circle around. And the nose. Any corner of your face, make sure you don't mix any part. The last, I like to apply a little bit on my lid, not a lot. And also make sure you remember to put it wherever I have it. I can apply a little bit on my neck. Under the eye, normally we are kind of dry. So if you can, just apply a little bit more on the lid. Okay, the next one I'm using is sunblock. And of course, if you live in a hot country, sunblock is very important. To me, sunblock is the most important part. Same thing, you can just apply. But when you choose your sunblock, make sure that you have a sunblock without the color. Unless you just want to wear the sunblock with the foundation to go out. But of course, that is not enough coverage, right? So if you want a coverage, you already got your foundation in the right color. So avoid using the sunblock with color. Third thing I'm going to use, if your skin are very dry, everything you use, you realize the foundation is very dry after makeup, so you probably can consider a sunblock, yeah? A face primer. So I'm using a little bit of face primer as well. It's the same thing, you put under 5 dots. Okay, let this moisturizer, sunblock and primer sit for a while, sit for about 5 minutes while you get your makeup ready. And always remember to put a little bit of lip balm because our lip tends to be kind of dry. So it's have a good lip balm before the lipstick. So by the time you finish your makeup, your lip will be moist enough. For the foundation, I'll be choosing a cream foundation this time, and I'm using a Makeup Designery. So I like to use cream foundation because I think that it's more coverage and also long lasting. And especially if you live in a hot country that you sweat a lot, the face, so cream foundation is the one that it gives you a very good coverage. And also for someone who got a lot of unevenness, so you can use it. And now we're going to talk a little bit about how to choose the right color, how to choose your foundation color. So you might looking at my skin right now, and you can see that looking at my neck. This part of area is kind of very fair to my neck. And also you can look at my shoulder. My shoulder and my neck is the kind of same color, but my face is a little bit lighter. And also you can see this is a little bit darker. So I'm going to use number for you to communicate with you. So example, this is number 6. And then you can see this is lighter, so it's kind of like one tone lighter than this. So presume this is number 5, this is number 6. So this is kind of quite close to this, but of course this one we can see a little bit darker as well. And this is kind of half tone different. So let's say, example, this is number 6, number 5. If I have to choose number 5 foundation, which is my cheek color, and I have a darker area here, then by the time I apply a concealer or a corrector, the whole face will be very fair and white. So in the photographic side or point of view, we will say the makeup look very flat, which is, your face look much more broader, wider. If you like your face to be a little bit slim, so it's good to choose your darker part of your body. It's fine that if you want the brighter side of yourself, that you can choose the corrector, because corrector is 2 shades lighter than the foundation. Okay, I'm going to choose this, a little bit of yellow tone in that, and try to make this as a habit that I like to apply this 3 dots into here, and a little bit on nose. So in this line that I apply this, everything a little bit. So you can see why am I doing that. I think this is a very good habit that someone who's not very sure about blending. So this will be cover this area, and then this will be cover here. Make sure every corner is being covered. right? And then we don't put so much foundation on the lid because sometimes our lid get very oily. So I'm going to use the brush I'm using just now. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, you know, a circle motion and just keep on blending the foundation. And you can see the foundation is moving. So when it comes to blending cream foundation, you just blend as many times as possible. Like we will do it maybe 10 times. So now I put a gentle on my lid. Yeah, you blend it as much as you can, that it looks like your skin. It looks like a new skin. If you only do your technique, if it's only like 1, 2, 3, 4, you know, if you do that, means your makeup will be a bit patchy, and yeah, you don't get very even. So now you can see that after apply, you can compare with my skin right now. They are much more even now, and also blend to here. But at least there is not so much contrast from here and here, the different color. When it's too contrast, I also can show my dark circles. It's much obvious, yeah. My aging line, my unevenness, yeah. So that is how you should apply. I'm going to apply that side. When it comes to makeup, like now, what I'm doing now, it's not every day you do a perfect makeup. We make mistake all the time, but you just have to know how to fix the mistake. Sometimes you have to see how much makeup that you're applying. It's awesome. Okay, so I'm going to same thing. I'm going to blend, keep on circles as many times as possible. Make sure the foundation is disappeared and it just not sit on top of the skin, but it's blend, it's like into the skin. Lid, gentle. So once you finish, there's still a lot of amount on the brush, then you can just bring it down to your neck and just make it evenly. Okay, when you apply foundation, try also do not pick it up, apply very close to the hairline, because when you apply that, you need to blend it. There's no allowance, so then it will be sitting close to your hairline. You know, I just keep blending now. I think I kind of looks quite natural now that I can even go out like that if I, you know, have no time for foundation. But I would love to always with a concealer, because concealer is a very important part on our face, because our skin doesn't have just one tone. We have many different color. So if you can get the concealer, which is 2 shades lighter, and also that make it much more even. Yeah, I'm going to use this makeup designery. I have this yellow tone and the yellow tone and the dark tone, warm tone here, and my foundation is kind of quite yellow, which is a bit oily. So I'm going to use the warm tone corrector. So corrector is also very tricky. You have to just apply very little around your dark circles. I apply only 3 dots, and you can see this is uneven, and then the unevenness on the side. I think it's okay to use corrector as a highlighter. You know, we do not need to keep buying stuff that using. So now what I'm applying, I'm using a brush. This is a brush, my favorite. This is a concealer brush from Nika. You can get this to Watson or online, Lazada. You can get it. Okay, you can see this is the brighter side. You can see this is brighter side, which is quite close to my chest color. So I have a darker tone here, which is a natural color, but inside, that's the brighter side. So you can see how important it is with the concealer. And I'm going to apply a little bit here too. Okay, try not to using your direction. Let's say you understand my foundation is number 6 and the concealer is 2 shades lighter, means they are number 4. If my technique have just keep on doing that, I will end up having the number 6 and number 4 is very contrast. So that's why when we blend, we try to blend it circle even here, but we trying to keep this light. This is a lighter color we can see, but try not to do that direction. Like when you're trying to do this, also not trying to just bring it down. So break it, break the color, and then so now whatever left over on my brush, I'm going to do it in the T-zone. Just select it. Okay, if you have noticed that it's like too bright, right, what you can do is by going back to your foundation brush, that whatever have color, just very gentle overlap a little bit, so you get back the kind of I normally explain that it's a family color because you get your foundation one color, your concealer one color, different brands. So these two, when put together on your face, you are using this to blend it into your tone. So now, okay. So that's it. I think that's done for the foundation and the concealer before powder. Now, the most important thing is when you do powder, you have to avoid using very thick powder. I understand a lot of people like to do it very matte looking. Then the finishing will look too thick. Powder is a very important part that you choose, whether you choose a loose powder or a pressed powder. I personally like loose powder because loose powder is kind of very light, fine, and also translucent. Try choosing the translucent. Before powder, I like to use a cheek color as well. This is a cream and cheek that you can use it for lips and cheek. So I almost used my hand. So I'm going to use this to pick it up. It doesn't matter where you put it. It's just a blusher, but it's a natural blusher that will give you a kind of rosy looking. So I'm going to use a sponge as well. I'm going to give it kind of rosy cheek a little bit. So this you can apply as a lip color as well. So it give me a little bit of healthy color looking. Yeah, that's, see, you can apply a little bit more if you want. So a rosy cheek. This I always have this in my bag. Okay, then you do a powder. I like to use loose powder because it gives you a very fine finishing. It's not so thick as well. Yeah, and I like to use it with brush instead of with. So I normally just take a little bit out, not to put too much. And when you put powder, you can just using that, and then the lid. Make sure you have it. So you can see the powder is so light and I still have my skin as a glow color. Sorry, I think I used too much. Yeah, I think that is about it. Okay, okay, now we can just our base is finished. This is just a very light makeup, but of course now we need a little bit of enhancement by using a better color like eyebrow, eyelashes, you know, a bit of lip pencil, you know. So I'm going to use the eyebrow brush. Make sure you brush this away because when we do our foundation, there might be a lot of foundation sitting on our hair, so it looks like our foundation is too much. And I like to use eyeshadow to do that, so I'm going to choose one of the eye color, and I'm going to choose a black eyeshadow. So I'm just basically, I will say I'm filling the gap. I'm just not going to major with the eyebrow, just giving a little bit of color. Cotton bud is very good for you to adjust any mistake if you have done too much. Let's say you see the harsh line, you can use cotton bud to kind of just blend it down a little bit. Okay, and then enhance a little bit of. Okay, I'm going to, you can see this is a little bit harsh line. To be able to do that, you need to have a good eyebrow brush, which is, it needs to be very flat, so that it's able to give you a sharp line, especially at the end, because if not, you get a very fat end. Okay, and also I'm going to use eyeshadow, the black color, using this eyebrow brush. You just apply it very close to your lashes. Yeah, but in the front you make it very thin. I'm using eyeshadow to do that. So I entered with a corner of the lashes here. This is where the corner is. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a brush, just very gentle, to brush that everything into a soft kind of I wouldn't say smoky, but it's kind of soft brown color. So you just get a very strong line. But okay, if I make mistake like what I did now, I have something coming out. So what you have to do like this, if you want to get rid of it, so the best with a little bit of cleansing milk, and you wet your cotton bud, and then just very gentle to remove it 100%. Yeah, and here you go. And of course, go back to your brush again, concealer brush, cover that Do back the same. Go very, it's good to tilt your skin rather than if you apply it without touching your, holding your eyelid, that you can feel that you are pushing your skin, that you are not touching. So in the end, your line is not strong enough. Okay, and this is too much, it's too thick. Again, if you want to get rid, cotton bud is good for you to get rid of it. Next one, I'm just using this slightly big brush. And then a brush, now I'm brushing inwards, because if I'm doing it outside, make sure I don't go out of corner of my eyes. So you're just using that. Make sure it blends it inside. So it gives you a very light color. So now I'm going to give a little bit of light color on the eyeshadow. So I'm still blending the color without picking any eyeshadow. So the brush, basically the color is come from what I applied the liner by using a black eyeshadow. Okay. I think the next thing we're gonna move on, of course, is the, you know, I know this is very Asian that we need it to be, you know, make sure our lashes is able to hold up, because if we do not do that, mascara, any mascara we apply, because we give a little bit of weight on our lashes, somehow this is the Asian stuff, so the Asian, all our lashes is downwards, so it's best that we give, and I'm using a mascara. So when you put your mascara, it's nice to brush it down and make sure you get all the hair. Take your time to do your mascara, because mascara is the most important part to open up your eyes. We might have a tired, lazy eye, whatever you call it, but when you take time to do your mascara, you will get the kind of length, extend looking. You can see the lashes. Okay, then when you want to do bottom, your eyes, you got to look up. Then you pull it. Oops. See? We make mistake all the time, but it's okay. You just have to know how to fix the problem. So now you make mistake. Cotton bud is a good thing. Yeah, if you want to remove 100%, you have to have a little bit of cleansing milk. If you just want to blend it, it's fine. You can go without using cleansing milk. So brush your mascara downwards. Take your time. If you have a very long lashes, and then you're very lucky. A lot of people, you know, spend so much time, so much money to do extension, and then so if you have a long one, please enhance it by using mascara. And I like to use this as well. This is a brush from Nika. You can get it from Watson. This part is very useful for you to, you know, make sure your eyelashes is open up. You don't tangle together. When you have too much mascara, so they kind of not open up. So it's good to make sure they're all open up. Then the next one is basically is almost there. So you see that it's ready to open up. So now the next one I'm going to use is a lip pencil. You can see I have a very flat lips here. And lip pencil is the old-fashioned way, but it's still the best way, because we have lipstick and it only lasts for what, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and we sometimes have a habit of eating the lipstick, you know. So pencil is the one that will give your lips a little bit of if your hand is very shaky, so what you can do is you can lean your hand on the table, that you can use your finger to hold it. But if your hand is not stable, so it's very difficult, like me now, I'm holding my hand, doing that way. I'm using the pencil all over. Oh, see, when you have a mistake, so you must, I'm using a very light cleansing milk, which is I'm using a L'Oreal Paris cleansing milk, very light. And it's just gentle, you can remove it 100%. But whatever you remove, you can see that it's a patchy gone. So I'm going to go back to my concealer brush. I'm just going to overlap it. So it's okay to make mistake, but we make mistake all the time. See, you can see my lips is still very flat. Okay, I think here done. The last thing, if you like a little bit of gloss on your lips, I always love to have a gloss on my lips. So you can apply. I like this. I'm using a lip gloss, a little bit of shine in just right in the middle. Try. You don't need to use your gloss at the corner. The more you use, it will smudge it easily. So this will be the finishing look, and I hope you enjoy this video, and feel free to let me know if you have anything to ask. And by the way, this is my first time doing this, and yeah, thank you, bye bye.